Hello, I'm Ragnarok, and welcome to the Reckoning. So today we are starting episode 7 of our single survival Let's Play. So in the last episode, we did a bunch of exploration, basically. This map right here, we filled it out a lot more than we wanted to, but we found a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of cool biomes, so check out that episode if you haven't. Basically, I did a little bit more exploring around. I didn't go outside the boundaries of this map, but basically went to some of these areas and got a bunch more mats for this episode and a couple more future episodes. And then we did a bunch of mat gathering in between the episodes. So let me go over real quick. I didn't do really too much around the city. So let me show you what we've done so far. Okay, so as far as the house, we haven't touched it. We haven't touched any of this stuff. I don't remember in the last episode if I showed you. We did the paths. I think some of the paths weren't fully done. So I finished off the paths a little bit more. We have our bamboo growing over there that we got in our jungle when we found our jungle area. Let's see, what else? What else did we do between episodes? Again, I don't remember if I showed you in the last episode, but I made this little lean-to right here for our farming just because we're running out of storage in there, which will bring us to today's episode. And basically this is just where we're putting all the stuff we are getting from farming, which this is actually looks like it needs another row of farming. We got to get it automated. It's got to happen soon. But again, I made the path go out here. We'll still do more of this. We have to make this farmland make a little bit more sense. Let's see what else. What have we done? This is in preparation for today's episode. And it's basically a bunch of chests. We can just take a look. I got a bunch more resources and stuff that I've gathered and stuff like that. And last thing I did between the episodes is we've cleared off about 3 layers of dirt. It was pretty much almost up to that level right there. This whole area right here, as well as we cleaned off 2 more areas back here on this whole side. This was about 2 layers higher, 3 layers in some parts. It went up there and then went up a little bit more. As well as we had those little caves right here, and we filled those in. We didn't fill in the entire caves. I just filled about 2 layers down with dirt since we had so much left over. Made this flat because I want to utilize this space today. Okay, so basically what we want to do is today we need to work on our storage system. Now, the reason we need to work on a storage system is because my chest inside are pretty much full if I took the mats that I'm going to use today and I put them back in the chest. And then I had excess chests out here full of dirt, and this was actually full of stone, which I now moved over there. And the chests in there are full. Some of the chests I can't, like, if I get any more mob drops or leaves or anything like that, I can't fit them. So we need to do our storage building. So we're going to do our main storage building. This is going to be a building that it's going to probably be the biggest project we've done so far. And it's going to grow over time. For right now, we're going to build the building. We'll probably build 1 level, bunch of chests. Eventually, though, I want to be able to have running water streams with packed ice going around the building, item sorters going into the chest inside, and I want to hook all the farms to it. So I've been messing around with a couple things. I've been playing around with a couple ideas. So we're going to get into it. I went around and I kind of marked out the land with some just extra dirt and found that this is the point I want to do, so it fits within the bounds that I have here, and it looks pretty good as far as being centered. So we're going to do a little bit of a time lapse, and we're going to build this thing out. So sit back and enjoy. Okay, and here we go. Hopefully you enjoyed that time lapse. I had a really fun time making this. This actually took me a couple days. I had a very busy week and I wasn't able to spend as much time per day making this. It took me a good amount of time to mess around with a couple ideas and yeah, I actually had to do a couple resource gatherings between stages of the build because I ran out of stuff. So we did a couple of that. So it just took a couple amount of days, but hopefully you like the time lapse. Like I said, it's my first time playing with the replay mod, which is basically just a mod that lets you record and then change the angles you're watching. You watch that record at. So for anybody that doesn't know, so it doesn't actually change anything about the game. It just lets you record stuff. So it was my first time playing around with it. Hopefully I did a decent job. I hope you enjoyed it. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool being able to do some aerial like drone shots and stuff like that, moved around. I'm still learning it, so hopefully it wasn't too like chaotic and too much moving and stuff like that. But I think it came out pretty decent. We won't use it too much in the, I'm definitely going to use it over time. I will play around with it a little bit more, but we won't overuse it because I do like the first person views of a lot of stuff. But I'm really happy with this build. I did mess around in creative a little bit before we did it. All I did mainly in creative is I figured out how big I want the circle. And then inside, once we show you the chest area, I figured out how tall that each floor has to be in order to fit what I'm going to show you. So that's all I did, as well as far as like what materials I used here versus here and here, what glass, what floors, how I designed this roof piece. None of that was all basically free as I was doing it. I had to speed up the time lapse actually quite significantly because there are a lot of parts where I'm just sitting there and I'm just sitting there staring and being like, what am I going to do? And there was a lot of parts where I was just like moving my camera back and forth because I was trying to figure out, okay, what looked best. But I'm really liking this. So let's go around the build real quick. So I'm really liking the, we texturized a little bit with the mossy and the cracked and the regular. I like that. I like the use of the purple glass. With the black stone, I think that fits very well. The dark oak wood at top, I love. We added obviously a couple of these plants and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. You can look inside. It looks really cool from the inside. And I'm really, really liking this. I think this fits really, really good. It gives us a kind of a feel of breaking up the city too. We kind of have our wood, basic living quarters over on the other side over here. But then you come over here and maybe what we'll do is we'll divide it and like over this way will be a different type of builds, more like stone, maybe dark stone and stuff like that. So maybe divide this in districts. We'll come up with a plan in the future. Either way, this is really cool. So this door right here, it's a 3x3 spiral piston door. I've never done one before, so I looked up, a couple videos. I found this one. This one was really, really cool. It's made by a YouTuber, Quipla. Hopefully I said that right. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to check out how to make this video. That's why I didn't show it, because I don't really want to show someone else's designs. That's what their video's for, so I don't want to take anything away from them. But I really like the door. As you can see, I put note blocks here. I could just do this all day, which I actually have. I've actually just sat here just doing this. This is so cool. But it was kind of nice making it because I made it and I tried to freehand a little bit of it just to learn a little bit more redstone, which I learned a lot of really cool tricks with redstone making this thing. As we come through, and there you go, close it. So we have this on either side. We can open and close it. And let's eat real quick. And then when you get inside, we have this nice little look inside. Like we have this glass. I love the glass. Originally, it was all supposed to be all white glass, and we ended with this little like creeper design, really cool. So I don't know. I came up with it while I was doing it, and I was like, oh, let's try this out. This might be really cool. So I think it's perfect. But then we got the blue glass up here. There's a lot of work still, just to mention. There's a lot of work that I still have to do, adding different lights and making it so things can't spawn. A little bit more design work, and so we'll utilize something up here. I don't know what we're going to do up here yet, but this will evolve over time. Either way, let's go down the staircase. And I love this staircase design. I think it was cool. I like the railings used out of the purple glass. I think it fits really well. Some nice flooring down here. And this is where some of the video cut out. I think I showed a lot of this in the time lapse. However, these little rooms over here, they were not included. But there's not really much to show in here, right? It's just a dugout room, square room. I had to drop it down this low because that piston door actually comes down this way a little bit. But that piston door is actually really nice. It's only a 2 wide, 2 thick door, and it only goes 2 out on top, bottom, and left, and then it comes out, I think it's like 4, no, it's 3 below. So it's really not that big. It's actually really, really compact. I mean, sure, there's other ones out there, but I really like that one, and it fit really good within what I wanted to do. So I have these little rooms, more for decoration than for practical use, but they do have some practical use. I'm going to need a bench right here occasionally. I will put brewing stations there, so if I need to make a quick potion or something like that. So I just kind of designed this like that, you know, some quick storage right there, which funny enough, I did put something in there because I wanted to drop it out of my inventory. And then on this side, which I don't know why I walked around that side, walk around the back. This one, again, was just if I needed to cut some stone and stuff like that, which I did a lot while I was doing all this, because I think these are slab pieces and stuff. So just something if I need to do it inside the storage, I don't have to leave every time I want to change something up, or if I want to smelt up some glass real quick, we're able to do that. We'll go down to the next floor, which this one is not finished. Again, I didn't show this in the video either. One thing I will mention is what I did is I made these floors 1.5 thick. And the reason I did that is because there's shroom lights behind here, so they would actually be shown below. And what I also want to do is if this is a stone set of chests, I want to put a piece of stone here, but I don't want it to show on the thing below. So that gives us a little bit more flexibility in that. And then if I want to do some other stuff, decoration wise or whatever, you won't see it. If I want to put like lamps on the bottom, you won't see them on the top, and vice versa. So it gives us a little more flexibility, and it gave me a little bit more room to do what I need to do. Come down here, as you see, this is still work in progress, and we're just going to keep going down and down and down with this. So this will be really, really sweet. But I put a little room over here, you know, just a little bedroom. Again, work in progress, and sometimes I find I have to sleep real quick. And we'll put some more stuff over here. I put a little blast furnace in here. What I might do is I might make this my armor smithing station, where I will upgrade the netherite once we get to that point. You know, just a little design. But we'll definitely probably make an actual building base for this. But this will be something just, again, temporary. And we have all these chests. So let's go over this chest real quick. And again, I love the look of the staircase. I'm not sure how I feel about the shroom lights with the basalt, but I did change that. I think in the video, these were just stone brick, and I changed it to basalt because I thought it looked a lot better. So the reason we have it like this, and if you can see right here, it's dirt, but that one's not dirt. So the goal is what we're going to eventually do is we're going to have item sorters behind this, and I'll show you the room behind. And I came up with the size for this, so we can actually have single item sorters. So this row will be one item, like stone, sand, whatever. But then if we want, we can actually build multi-item sorters. So this row might be like iron, gold, and diamonds. So we have the ability to do either single item sorters or multi-item sorters, depending on how we want to do it. So we will change it up in the storage station once we actually get that far. But what will happen is we're going to have these little ice block paths with hoppers underneath going all the way around. Then we're going to have it drop down to the next floor, all the way around, drop down, next floor, all the way around. And then we'll have a elevator up to bring the items back up to recirculate or whatever. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be able to connect all our farms into this start. I think this, well, I don't know if this one over here or this one over here will be the start, but wherever the starting point is, we'll connect all our farms into them, and then our items will go around and be auto filtered. So when we have a slime farm or an iron farm, well, I don't know how close we'll make an iron farm, but when we have all those farms, they'll be pumping stuff into these columns and being item sorted, so we don't actually have to go over to a farm, take all the items out, and put them into the chest. They'll just automatically go. So go back here, and this is where our item filter is going to go. We can actually go far back as we want because this is all underground. It doesn't interfere with any of our buildings. I made sure that in these three directions, I don't have any plans for making any buildings that are going to go into the ground, at least as much as that we're going to be digging out, because we only have to dig out probably another like 2 blocks to fit an item filter in here. So as you can see, again, I just did this as proof of concept, so to make sure it fits and make sure I was doing it right and everything was spaced right. So again, and then we'll clean this up so you don't see this ugly sand behind it through the glass. Or maybe what we'll do is instead of glass on this side, we'll just put like black concrete or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we'll do something. But either way, this will be really cool. I just did this light it up. Again, I wanted to see how much light came from there into here. I might actually move those one forward just so it lights up in here a little bit more. We'll see. But either way, each one of those will have doors behind them so we can maintain them. And the item filters will fit perfectly. So let's what we'll do is real quick, so I'm gonna change over, put the Optifine shaders on just so we can see what this place looks like with shaders on, because I think it looks really, really good. Okay, so here we are with the shaders on, and I'll put a link for the shaders that I'm using in the description below also, which I do in every video. If I use shaders, I put the description, I put a link for Optifine and for the shader I'm using, and stuff like that. And then if I'm not using it, I don't include it. Same with all the music and stuff like that. So you can always find links for all that in the description below. But either way, this is what it looks with shaders on, and I think this looks amazing. Like I said, I really like the build with shaders off, but it comes to life as soon as you put those shaders on. So this is why I like playing with shaders. I don't know. I'm still kind of torn. Again, let me know in the description below if you prefer shaders on or off when you watch in a video. I don't know. I think, especially the type I'm using, I don't think it changes too much. Like obviously I'm using the default textures and stuff like that. But I think it just brings a little bit more, mainly because of the lighting, the way lighting is. I think it brings more to it. But we'll definitely do episodes in between, some with off. But the inside of this build looks way cooler with shaders on. You can see the green light and the purple light coming through the glass and stuff like that. You come down here. There's just more of a glow. Like I said, you get a glow from the shroom lights that I have under there. The glass. Oh, so beautiful. Yeah, so this is what we're looking like with shaders on. And I think the build looks amazing. I'm really, really happy with this. This is the biggest build I've ever done. And this is the first time I've built freehanded something this big and this like planned out and stuff like that, as far as like what I wanted to do in my head. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Let me know in the description below. All right, so that'll be it for this episode. I'm loving this build. I can't say it enough. I'm super excited. This is my first time doing a build of this scale. And again, I know it's not like the most massive build, but I'm super happy with it came out. You know, just started just messing around. You know, I had the idea of the circle and just went from there. And I think it came out extremely well. I love the color choice and all that. I think it fits really good with our little town. Hopefully to be our humongous mega city, but we'll get there, right? But I'm happy with it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the build. You know, any suggestions you may have had. You know, what maybe I should do with this upper floor up here, or with maybe one of the rooms below. Any suggestions you have, feel free to leave them. I'd love to hear them. And also, you know, leave any suggestions of what you think the next farm should be, or one of the next future episodes. You know, what do you think I should do next? What do you think I'm missing that I really need? I know I need a villager breeder. We need some automated farms. So we need a bunch of stuff still. We will get there. But I think next episode, I'm feeling like one of our redstone machine. Obviously, we have our piston door and stuff like that as redstone. But I want to do a redstone farm. I'm not sure if that's what we'll do in the next episode, but that's what I'm kind of feeling. So we'll see where we go from there. But definitely hit the subscribe button if you want to catch the next episode. If you're enjoying the video so far, like I said, hit the thumbs up, leave anything in the description below. Otherwise, thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and I will see you all in the next one. And as always, fear the reckoning.